The Atlanta Falcons took their first step into the 2025 season this past weekend as the rookie minicamp kicked off. While it's just the beginning, a sort of freshman orientation where players are still in shorts and helmets, the energy around the team is palpable. No major takeaways yet, but it's enough to get a sense of the new faces and how they're adapting. Think of it as the first day of school. Everyone's finding their place. One thing is clear: speed was the standout theme. James Pierce and Jalen Walker, the Falcons' first-round picks, were both on the field after signing their contracts, which is already a win considering other rookies around the league are holding out. Just ask Cincinnati Bengals fans who are still waiting on Shamir Stewart to show up. For the Falcons, having Pierce and Walker suited up and ready was a welcome sight. Pierce in particular made his mark right away. Known for his elite speed coming out of college, he clocked a 4.47 in the 40-yard dash, putting him in the same conversation as recent standouts like Nolan Smith and Byron Young. That kind of speed off the edge is invaluable in today's NFL, and Falcons fans should be excited about what he brings. Pierce himself seemed confident, saying, "I set up everything off speed. I'm going to win, though, for sure." Then there's Jalen Walker. The coaching staff has indicated that Walker, who played primarily as an inside linebacker at Georgia, will take on a different role in Atlanta. The goal is to simplify his game early on, focus on edge rushing, less on quarterbacking the entire defense. Think of it as easing him into a new identity. See quarterback, hit quarterback. In the long run, that approach could prevent the sort of position flux issues that plagued versatile players like Isaiah Simmons. As minicamp progresses, the focus will be on how Pierce and Walker integrate into the team dynamics. The coaching staff, led by Raheem Morris, is already envisioning how to leverage Pierce's speed and Walker's physicality. If these two can deliver on their potential, the Falcons might just have the defensive spark they've been looking for. One of the most intriguing aspects of Jalen Walker's potential is his versatility. There's some concern, though, about whether he might end up like Isaiah Simmons, a player with plenty of talent but no clear position. Sure, Walker's not quite the same as Simmons, but the risk remains, bouncing between roles without finding a true fit. Think about Micah Parsons. Initially, he was an outside linebacker, then transitioned to a full-time defensive end. Walker might have a similar trajectory, starting at one position and growing into another. For now, he and James Pierce are set to scream off the edge. If I had to pick who gets more sacks in 2025, I'd go with Pierce. He's more experienced in the role, and his skill set is just deeper. But let's give Walker his due. When he was tasked with hunting quarterbacks at Georgia, he was one of the most efficient pass rushers in college football. He has the potential to be a force. It's just about finding his best role and letting him settle into it. Winners and losers. A divisional perspective. Now, let's talk about winners and losers coming out of minicamp. My first big loser? The rest of the NFC South. It's early, yes, but the vibe from the Falcons rookie class is one of genuine potential. Jalen Walker and James Pierce have both shown flashes that hint at a formidable pass-rushing duo. In the secondary, Xavier Watts looks poised to carve out a role early on, while Billy Bowman brings depth at nickelback. Jack Nelson, meanwhile, is soaking up lessons from veterans and could become a swing tackle in time. The rookie class may be small, but they're already making noise. Good luck to the Bucs, Panthers, and Saints. They're going to need it. Rising stars. The case for Nick Nash. One of the more surprising names to emerge? Nick Nash, an undrafted wide receiver from San Jose State. Nash's journey is fascinating. Initially a quarterback, he transitioned to receiver after moderate success behind center. At 6 feet 2 inches, 203 pounds, he's got the size to compete, and his 6 years of college experience make him a bit of a wild card. Last year, he racked up 16 receiving touchdowns and over 1,000 yards, numbers that scream playmaker. His versatility and route running have impressed early, and he's already making a case to crack the 53-man roster. Right now, the only locks at wide receiver are Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and probably Hodge, given his special teams value. After that, it's wide open. Nick Nash could find himself in that mix if he keeps making waves in camp. Considering the competition, I'd go as far as to say that a UDFA wideout will make the initial roster. Nash might just be that guy. This is about calculated risk, not from a player, but from a head coach. And it's a rare glimpse into how a team thinks beyond the draft board. When Raheem Morris took over rookie minicamp, he didn't follow the script. While most eyes focused on the 5 players Atlanta had just drafted, Morris had a different plan. He leaned into the unknown, the overlooked, the undrafted. He said, "We're confident in our draft picks, but the rest, the 35 unknowns, that's where I'll spend my time." And if that's where Morris is looking, maybe we should too. The best undrafted player in the class? One name keeps coming up: Kobe Bryant. No, not the late NBA icon, but a defensive playmaker who may have just slipped through 32 war rooms unnoticed. Bryant was a 3-time first-team All-Big 12 cornerback at Kansas. He's not flashy in measurements, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, but he makes up for it with reach, timing, and pure instinct. He doesn't just break up passes, he finishes plays. 4 defensive touchdowns in college, 13 total takeaways, points scored via pick six, scoop and score, and even a blocked field goal return. This is a corner who plays like the moment belongs to him, and Atlanta, a team that hasn't drafted a corner since 2023, suddenly looks like the perfect fit. Why going undrafted might actually be a win. Here's the twist. Sometimes it's better to go undrafted than to be a 7th-round pick. Why? Because undrafted free agents can choose their landing spot. They can weigh opportunity over hype, and Bryant, smartly, played the odds. Atlanta had only 5 picks. That meant fewer rookie contract commitments, fewer guaranteed roster spots. Bryant could have taken an offer from another team stacked with corners. Instead, he chose a path with daylight, a clearer lane to make the 53-man roster. He chose Atlanta not for the glitz, but for the gap. A story from baseball that explains it all. Years ago, while covering minor league baseball, I interviewed a pitcher from California. He grew up dreaming of playing for the Angels, but when I asked if he was disappointed not to be drafted by his favorite team, his answer stuck with me. "I wanted to be drafted by the team with the worst bullpen in the majors." Because in sports, it's not about comfort, it's about opportunity. Kobe Bryant is betting on that same idea. He's not chasing a logo, he's chasing a lane, a spot, a shot. Betting on himself. And Atlanta betting too. In a league where draft picks dominate headlines, Bryant is quietly becoming one of the more intriguing names on this Falcons roster. He's not a lock, but he's got traits coaches love: football IQ, toughness, and production when it matters. He's a reminder that value isn't always found on day 1 of the draft. Sometimes it's hidden in day 4, or never drafted at all. And if you ask Raheem Morris, that's exactly where the real evaluation begins.